Today on the Topic Show, RFK goes viral for saying that Biden is a bigger threat to democracy than Trump due to Biden's illegal censorship of citizens. Biden's insulin prices drop tweet is ratioed by the comments that are actually crediting Trump. Vivek on the U.S. Citizen Services creating a third gender option. J.K. Rowling beats Scotland's new compelled speech law. Candace Owens tweets that she's passed 5 million users on X Twitter. Bud Light family worker story mostly flops on X Twitter. Rivian and Tesla sales are flat or decreasing Q1 and things are not looking good. General Electric completes their splitting into 3 companies, and California restaurants are in some cases doubling the prices of their food based on the new minimum wage laws. All of that and much more on The Topping Show. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of The Topping Show is proudly sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, I see their founder at least twice a day because I say he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, you see, that's the joke. If you're an IT leader or a business owner, you can reach the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you could click that button and tell your friends, I would greatly appreciate it. Now going over to the business part of the podcast, you have Rivian. Sales are in for Q1 and they're mostly flat. Some might say flatter than a Bud Light. Granted, not many would say that because it's not ordering Bud Light, but aside the point. This comes to us thanks to electrek.com, or .co rather, which A+ for marketing, you know exactly what they're all about. And Peter Johnson over there, a writer, said specifically Rivian's, quote, deliveries remain flat in Q1 as EV maker prepares for plant shutdown. Now it looks like we're getting some of the EV numbers in terms of production. Now, the Q4 was not doing so great. Their Q4, geez Louise, yeah, they went from 17,541 units in Q4, then go to Q1, it's down to 13,980. So that's quite a dip. Now, they also noted that they delivered 13,588 vehicles during the quarter, which is slightly down from the last quarter as well. So it's not looking great for them. Now, in terms of the losses per unit, that's also not moving in the right direction. Now, in Q3 2022, Rivian lost $139,277 per vehicle sold. Then Q4 2022, they lost $124,000. Q1 2023, they lost $67,000. Q2 2023, they lost $32,000. Q3 2023, they lost $30,000. And then Q4 2023, they increased $43,000. So they were moving in the right direction. And again, all these companies have huge losses, especially in the beginning, because again, there's a huge overhead of research, development, and manufacturing the whole vehicle, and just setting up the equipment, and there's a whole infrastructure you have to set up. So it's not too surprising they were losing, $139,000 per vehicle sold when they were first debuting them. And again, you see this from also Lucid as well. They're struggling with the same issue, though their losses are even worse. That being said, Lucid also has a Saudi Arabia government behind them, so they have some deep pockets if anything ever really gets too bad for them. Now with Rivian, they know they also were cutting 10% of their salaried workforce in February this year, and their CEO, RJ Scarange, said that they're doing a move to maximize the brand's ability and make an impact and expand. That's kind of what their goals are these days, which, they are doing some more commercials. And I don't know if it's just because I say the word Rivian, I see it on the Facebook, but I have seen them, and it's they're getting better at marketing. It's oddly interesting when you have a commercial with no sound. It's a good differentiator. It makes you think the app is broken for New York Minute. And then they have one where there's no engine sound, but you can hear the tire sound of the gravel road. So it's actually a pretty good ad. Now, granted, it's still an electric truck with obviously 2 pedals. Of course, you know me. If I'm getting a vehicle, I'm spending my hard-earned money on it. That vehicle is going to have 3 pedals, also known as manual transmission. The best way to drive a vehicle, bar none. You will smile every time you drive it. It's a unique experience. I can't recommend it enough. Now, in terms of money in bank, Rivian ended the quarter with $9.37 billion in cash and equivalents. The company revealed its smaller, more affordable R2 last month, which will start around $45,000. That's more their SUV, which, again, you look at American preferences, SUV market is huge. It's one of the reasons Ford basically doesn't make any cars anymore, with the exception of the iconic Mustang. They abandoned the category altogether. Even General Motors, most of the small cars are out. It's really one of the biggest growing segments. Although, rest in peace, the minivan, not a lot of people are buying those anymore. So Rivian, they're trying to make some moves, but they're gonna have that new product, so that should help out. There's going to be some people who want the SUV, and it's lower price point, so that should help too. But Also, for EVs for a lot of folks, it's a purely luxury product. You can't really depend on it 100% of the time. Also, good luck trying to sell it or trying to have it more than 3 to 5 years when you have to replace that battery that's more expensive than my car. So it'll be interesting to see what happens to Rivian, but again, with the unprecedented economic, political uncertainty, not too surprised that people might be pulling back, or not might be, they are pulling back when it comes to luxury products such as a Rivian truck. But let me know, I've seen one in person, they look pretty cool. Granted, not my cup of tea, as the British might say, or not my choice of AR-15 manufacturer, as Americans might say. But let me know in the comments, would you ever buy a Rivian, or do you like the brand? Do you think they'll make it? As always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, we're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a thumbs up, a thumbs down, or a comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, as well as sharing the video with your friends, so it'll help with the YouTube and Rumble algorithms. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.